Now that's how you get kids interested in baseball. Welcome to SI Now. I'm Robert Lundberg alongside Ryan Aselta.
Wow, that is a mega bat flip. What is he, about 4 years old, right?
Something like that. The bat flip lasted about as long as the duration of his life up until this point.
My goodness, aggressive bat flip. But I love, Robin, the flip of the hair, and then if you see he comes around home plate, does the up to the gods right there. Kid knows what he's doing.
He's definitely got his swag on point. Could more bat flips be coming in the Bronx? Big trade for the Yankees last night, who are clearly going for it right now, acquiring relievers David Robertson and Tommy Kahnle and corner infielder Todd Frazier for Tyler Clippard and prospects. Ryan, does this move you?
It does a little bit, yeah. I think the Frazier move is big because the Yankees have had a hole at first base all season. Greg Bird's undergoing surgery, so Frazier can play third. He can play first. They can move a few guys around. Chase Headley can move around a little bit there. I love the bullpen move. David Robertson was a closer for the Yankees for 7 years. The comfort level in the Bronx is there. They kind of got him as a backup. They're not thrilled with what they've seen out of Aroldis Chapman lately, so possibly a backup to him. If not, you've got Robertson, Betances, Chapman down the stretch in the bullpen. That's pretty solid. What it does show me, Robin, though, is that the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry, it's still alive and well. This move was made because the Red Sox got involved, showed some interest in these same players late, and the Yankees said, we're getting them. We're only 3.5 back. And that's bringing us back to the 90s, early 2000s Yankees-Red Sox rivalry. They move each other. One's doing something, the other one's jumping in on board.
Maybe a few years ago, the Cubs, they were ahead of schedule. The Yankees could be in that spot now. And it's not a home run of a move, but it does address some of their holes. The bullpen, good on paper, but it hasn't been. And we're so used to the Yankees having a great bullpen. It's like your trusty dog who starts biting you as he gets a little bit older. So they get that sealed up. And then also you mentioned first base. You can't have your first baseman hitting like a 1940 shortstop. Frazier has been down production-wise, but he still has power in that bat.
Yeah, 16 home runs this season, but 164 over his career. So we'll see if they can get some production. The Diamondbacks, they made a move yesterday as well. They land outfielder from the Tigers, J.D. Martinez. Now, Arizona leads the NL wildcard race, but they're still 10.5 games back of the Dodgers in the West. L.A. is on fire right now, Robin. Best record in baseball. They've won 30 of their last 34 games. We've seen good L.A. teams before. They've made the playoffs 4 straight years, never gotten over that hump to get to the World Series. Is this the year for the Dodgers?
I mean, if you're going to pick a year, it has to be this year, just looking at the numbers. Now, baseball is the most difficult to predict. I mean, it's meant to be played over 162, not in the condensed version that is the postseason. So it's not out of the question that they get bounced early, but their run differential, which 9 out of 10 sabermetricians would tell you is the best indicator of future success, is way up there, and they have a really good, strong team top to bottom.
How about their pitching? I mean, Clayton Kershaw, again, 7 innings of shutout ball. They've won his last 14 starts. You put Alex Wood in the mix, who's got an ERA under 2. I think they've won the last 25 starts those two guys have made, which is insane. Those two 1-2 punch in the postseason could be huge, and then the bats. I mean, Justin Turner hitting 370. We remember when he was in New York with the Mets. He was barely hitting 270 or 170 at that point in his career. Cody Bellinger, 26 home runs. That team is loaded. I think you've seen them peak. They lost in the wild card a couple years ago. Last year in the NLCS. Ready to get over that hump. I think this might be the year. All right, how about some NBA? The rumor mill has been on fire this summer, right? It doesn't stop churning. The latest involves Anthony Davis and the Boston Celtics. Now, Danny Ainge and company are reportedly keeping a close eye on Davis and are ready to make a strong push for Davis if the center was to become available. The Pelicans just paired up Davis with DeMarcus Cousins. Robin, how much time do you think New Orleans gives that experiment if things go south in a hurry?
Well, you have the status of Cousins and whether he would re-up and all that factors into it. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think defensively you can play with those two guys. DeMarcus Cousins can't really guard out in the pick and roll in space. It's one of the reasons he was benched for Team USA in favor of DeAndre Jordan. The problem here is there's no way I'm looking to move Anthony Davis. Aside from durability, he's clearly the blue chipper here. There's a lot more, rough edges on DeMarcus Cousins, if you will. I guess that means his value wouldn't quite be as high, but Danny Ainge is hoarding those assets for something.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me either. I mean, to say Trader Dan is keeping a close eye on anyone, that'd be an understatement. He's always in the mix for some kind of trade, but I don't see New Orleans moving him. It would be nice, though. Picture a lineup of Isaiah Thomas, Gordon Hayward, Al Horford, and Anthony Davis. Hey, Celtics are showing what the Cavs have been showing. They know they don't have enough right now to get over the hump against teams like the Warriors out west. So they're looking to make a big splash. I don't know if the pool's going to be open, though, Robin.
Yeah, they have more ways to make moves than the Cavs. And you know, Ryan, Tuesday night, Kyrie Irving told our Maggie Gray this about the state of the Cavaliers.
I understand we're in a very peculiar place. We just have to, make sure that all our pieces are aligned first.
That peculiar place is why LeBron James could be playing in a different place yet again. LeBron is almost certainly not going to win another championship in a Cavs uniform, and there's only one person to blame for the peculiar state of the franchise, owner Dan Gilbert. Gilbert had the audacity to have the team operate without a GM in a summer where they had the chance to land Paul George and with the best player in NBA history approaching the end of his prime. If Gilbert becomes the man to lose LeBron, only to have him return and then lose him again, he secures his spot as a first ballot inductee into the Sports Hall of Infamy. And I don't want to hear a word about the money he spent on the roster either, when the return of the King instantly doubled the worth of his franchise. Gilbert may own the team, but it takes an astounding level of arrogance for him to mess with team management when he should still be spending his time outside LeBron's window, toting a boombox and serenading him with apology songs, as the only thing Gilbert's Cavs have won without James is the draft lottery. Where is Anthony Bennett anyway? Thanks to Cavs Dan, we're in for another year of speculation on where LeBron will land if and when he leaves the land. And personally, I hope his next free agency announcement comes in the form of a personal memo delivered to Gilbert's desk in Comic Sans font, of course.
Ouch. There's the question we want to know, too. Where is Anthony Bennett, Robin? I've been wondering. Oh, Maggie and Kyrie styling. You saw them there at the Fashionable 50 event. And speaking of style, SI swimsuit model Myla Dalbesio recently stepped by our studios to have some fun with us. The 2017 swimsuit rookie told us about her favorite restaurants, talked some sports, and even revealed her athlete crush. Take a look.
I'm Myla Dalbesio, and I'm a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model, and I'm here with SI Now to do a bunch of rapid-fire questions. One athlete you'd most like to have dinner with? LeBron James. He's my athlete crush. Rank top 5 fast food spots. Shake Shack, #1. Qdoba, because I really love nachos. Nachos are my favorite food. In-N-Out is also great. Taco Bell, I guess. And Wendy's. 3 things you absolutely cannot travel without. All my face creams, I use a lot of them. My favorite t-shirt, I always bring like a really comfy band tee to sleep in and ride on the airplane in, and headphones. One food I will never eat. I'll eat anything, so I can't answer that. I guess maybe like head cheese I've had before and I probably would not eat it again. Emoji I use the most, the sparkles. The 3 sparkles, my favorite. Favorite location for a photo shoot, anywhere on a beach. Only if I'm not wearing clothes though, because shooting in clothes on a hot beach is actually one of my least favorite things to do. I get heat panicky. Reaction when I saw my first swimsuit photos for SI. Why am I wearing goggles in them? Favorite thing about living in New York is the food. All the amazing food options. If I could travel to anywhere in the world right now, where would I go? I would go see my family in Wisconsin. Sporting event I would most like to attend. The Olympics, to see Allie Raceman, because I hung out with her during launch week and she is amazing. And that is all the questions. That's the end.
That was a glimpse into Myla's life. Now time for a look at the life of Arizona Cardinals cornerback Patrick Peterson as part of our ongoing series, 24 Hours With.
All right, boys. I'll see you later. All right, let's get to work. This time of the year, I normally leave the house around 8 o'clock. The reason being because it's just me and my wife here. So we really don't have no one to take care of the kid for us. So we don't want to get her to daycare too early. So I drop her off before I do my daily routine. I get a workout in. After that, come home, take a shower, and probably go get, a round of golf in if I can, or watch film, or try to do something productive before the little one get back home, because once she gets home, everything stops. I've been playing all over the field since I was, long as I've been playing cornerback since high school. I've been following number one receivers, been doing it since college. And in the NFL, it's just natural for me to play anywhere on the field because I'm accustomed of playing inside, outside, left, right. Hell, if it need to play safety, I can do that. Nickelback, it doesn't matter because, like I said, I've been playing those positions against top-notch guys for years, so it's just second nature to me now. You ready, bro?
Yeah. Do your dance, do your dance. Push out up. Nice. Wait, to go. Oh, bam. Nice.
Tell a young pup all the time, got 116 games over. Gotta make sure I take care of this machine. He'll learn one day. Let's work, B. There you go.
Uh-oh. Come on, finish. Come on, finish. Dude, wait, say go. Oh! Come on, work down. Say go. Oh! Back! That's a nice rep. Feel it. Yep. Everything on the same page. Nice rep.
I work that young buck every freaking day. That's just what I do. Honestly, working out with him is what thrives me to stay on top of my game. Because I know he's gunning for my spot.
Wait, say go. Oh!
It was really a blessing to be able to work out and want to get better. That's a blessing. First couple things I like to do, watching receivers, is like to watch how they get off the press. I like to go through all their press releases and see how those guys get off the press, and I work from there as far as working how those guys get in and out of their breaks, how aggressive they are at the point of attack.
He's a pull-through guy,
Yeah.
very vertical. Matter of fact, he's not afraid of contact. He wants you to be physical with him. Just by his release, you can tell he wants you to be physical with him. He wants you to expose yourself, extend your arm so he can pull you through.
How come it's a spot foul when a defensive back gets a PI, but it's only 10 yards when the offense gets a PI? I think it should be a spot foul on both ends, even the playing field. I mean, first of all, we don't call offensive pass interference anyway. I mean, that's just something that just don't happen. But when it do get called, why that can't be a spot foul, such as a defense spot foul? I think that should change. But who am I? It's probably the most miserable thing about Arizona, getting in your car after a nice workout and you got leather seats. Ooh. It's icy. Special Team Player of the Year for the SEC award. This is Defensive Player of the Year for the SEC. Both of those were in 2010, and I got the nation's Chuck Bednarik, Best Defensive Player in the nation. Second corner to do that, me and Charles Woodson, to win that and the most prized possession I have is a Jim Thorpe. When you go to college and you go off of school and you're a defensive back, that's something you want to bring back. So yeah, we got cameras all over the place if I really wanted to get dialed in with my golf, with my swing, which I do. So I have a back swing camera, a side camera. See if I'm a little rusty right now, see if I can give you guys a good swing. Get up. All right, another eagle opportunity. It's always fun to come out here because golf always presents a different challenge. You know, no matter how good you are, there's always going to be something different from your previous shot or your previous round. So I love those challenges of the game as well.
Oh, that looks really good. Really good.
Get in.
Oh, you hit the flying. Did you see that?
I did.
Boy, they don't hold well.
Shooting darts right now, guys. You guys catching that? One of my favorite spots to come, you know, after I'm done working out, golfing. If I have any little free time throughout the day, I just like to come here, unwind a little bit, check up on a couple of my businesses. I just love everything about putting together a car, your own flavor, your own touch, your own taste. I am a car guy, but I prefer a Chevy over any other cars because that's what, you know, I was pretty much raised and grew up around. So I have a ton of cars in here that I always wanted when I was growing up. And it's just a blessing and a privilege to be able to, you know, buy and afford some of these toys. What I wanted to really show you was my air horns. You ready? It's just something fun I wanted to add on to the car to scare some folks that get too close to it. It's the off season, you know, I'm just trying to find a way to get better and trying to find a way to stay ahead of the curve and make sure that I'm better than I was the last season. So these are some of the things I like to do to unwind and get myself geared up as well. Hope you had a good time with PP.
A leg of the Tour de France took on a whole new meaning, Ryan, yesterday when this picture was circulating online.
Yeah, I'd say so. My goodness, Robin, that does not look healthy. It looks extremely painful. But yes, folks, that is real. That's a rider from the Tour de France. Right?
I don't know what that's called. It looks like a condition.
It does. There's got to be a name for that thing, right? Because it's not normal. We know that. My gosh.
No wonder so many riders cheat. Let's take a look at the history of Tour cycling chicanery.
It's the home stretch of the 2017 Tour de France, and one favorite has already been disqualified. It's become a joke now.
I did it with nothing but my own blood, sweat, and tears, and extra blood.
But cheating in the big race have always been linked, going all the way back to the first race in 1903. Favorite Hippolyte Couturier was forced to retire from a stage with stomach cramps after being handed spiked lemonade on the side of the road. The next year's race was worse, with the top 4 riders being disqualified for all manner of cheating, including taking trains and throwing tacks and broken glass onto the road. Some forms of cheating were simply accepted. Spectators frequently pushed riders up particularly demanding hills all the way up until 1964, and on plenty of occasions, a fan intervened for their favorite rider. After cutting off Tom Wheeler's in 2013, Mark Cavendish had a flask of urine thrown at him by one of Wheeler's followers. Even the race judges were crooked, moving personal favorites and countrymen up in the order before the time of the photo finish. Hey, they say if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Still doesn't make Lance Armstrong look any better in your eyes, does it?
No, he can never look good in my eyes. Absolutely not. You know what's funny? You always hear fans say, oh, I can do what that athlete does, right? I think we got a lesson. No, you can't. The Tour de France, legs, Patrick Peterson, seeing what he goes through in his offseason, yeah, they push their body to a whole new level.
It's a little bit easier to sit behind this glass table contraption.
Much more. Hey, your legs look good. They look healthy. Mine too. We're in good shape.
They're nice and covered.
All right, that's going to do it for this Wednesday edition of SI Now. We'll be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Until then, though, you can follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, of course. All the latest sports headlines are on SI.com. For Robin, I'm Ryan. We'll see you tomorrow.